Hey everyone, welcome back to Worth Coin Channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of numismatics with the top 5 ultra-rare Jefferson nickels that are worth far more than just 5 cents. These rare coins not only carry significant value, but also have a fascinating history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, you won't want to miss this. Let's get started. 1939 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design was chosen through a national competition, making it a symbol of democracy and artistic expression. Now let's zoom in on the 1939 issue. This was the second year of production for the Jefferson nickel and is significant for a couple of reasons. For one, it was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. But what really makes this year interesting are the varieties and errors, which we'll dive into shortly. Let's break down the mintages first. Philadelphia no mint mark, around 120 million coins were minted. Denver D, around 3.5 million coins were produced. San Francisco S, approximately 6.6 million coins were minted. Among these, the Denver mint is the most challenging to find in high grades due to lower production quality and limited mintage, making it particularly desirable for collectors. When it comes to the 1939 Jefferson nickel, there are some varieties and errors that can fetch a higher price. 1939 double Monticello, the most famous variety, is the double die reverse, specifically where Monticello and 5 cents show noticeable doubling. These are highly sought after by collectors. In higher grades, this variety can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. 1939 proof nickel, the proof versions, which were struck for collectors, have a sharper strike and a mirror-like finish. They can be quite valuable, especially in higher grades with no blemishes. Full steps designation. If you've ever heard of full steps, it's a term used for Jefferson nickels that show all 6 steps on Monticello's front staircase. A 1939 Jefferson nickel with full steps is rare and commands a premium, especially if it's from the Denver or San Francisco mint. Now, let's talk about what you really want to know: how much these coins are worth today. The value of a 1939 Jefferson nickel can vary greatly based on its condition, mint mark, and any special varieties. Circulated coins. A common 1939 nickel in circulated condition is typically worth between 10 cents and $1. Uncirculated coins. If your 1939 nickel is in mint condition, prices range from $5 to $30 depending on the mint mark. Varieties and errors. The 1939 double Monticello nickel in high grades can easily exceed $500, with some even reaching $1,000 or more. Full steps coins. A 1939 nickel with the full steps designation can be worth between $50 to several $100s, especially if it's a rarer mint mark. Always have your coin graded and authenticated by a professional service if you think you have a valuable piece. Grading can significantly increase its resale value. The 1939 Jefferson nickel is a small but significant piece of American history. Whether you're collecting for fun or looking for a profitable find, these nickels offer plenty of potential. From mint mark rarities to valuable errors and varieties, this is definitely a coin to keep your eye on. 1991 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor who won a national competition to design the new 5-cent piece. His design, which features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse front and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse back, has remained largely unchanged for decades. This nickel was part of the long-running series, featuring the same classic design. However, what makes the 1991 Jefferson nickel interesting to collectors are factors like its mint locations, overall mintage numbers, and condition. The 1991 Jefferson nickel was struck in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. Here's a quick breakdown of the mintage numbers. 1991 P Philadelphia, approximately 726 million coins produced. 1991-D Denver, approximately 639 million coins produced. 1991 S San Francisco proof, around 2.8 million proof coins struck. As you can see, this coin isn't exactly rare in terms of how many were made. However, condition and type can greatly affect its value, especially when looking at proof coins. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for: how much is a 1991 Jefferson nickel worth? For most circulated examples, the value is typically around face value, which is 5 cents. However, uncirculated or higher grade coins, especially those graded by services like PCGS or NGC, can be worth more. For uncirculated coins in higher grades like MS65 or better, the value can range from $1 to $5. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those with deep cameo finishes, can be worth around $5 to $10 depending on condition. While this might not seem like a huge amount, certain high-grade examples or error coins could fetch even higher prices. Speaking of error coins, collectors always keep an eye out for unique varieties and minting errors. Some 1991 Jefferson nickels may show misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. If you happen to find one of these error coins, the value could skyrocket depending on the rarity and demand. 1960 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in U.S. currency since it was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic Monticello estate on the reverse. Fast forward to 1960, and the United States was experiencing a post-war economic boom. This year, over 55 million Jefferson nickels were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, while another 55 million were produced at the Denver Mint. But what makes this specific year's nickel worth talking about? The 1960 Jefferson nickel has some interesting characteristics. First, let's break down the basic specifications. Composition: 75% copper and 25% nickel. Weight: 5.0 grams. Diameter: 21.2 mm. Mint marks: coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver have a D mint mark on the reverse to the right of Monticello. Now, here's where things get more exciting. Like many older coins, the 1960 Jefferson nickel has variations and errors that can affect its value. Valuable varieties: errors. If you're a coin collector, you know that varieties and errors can mean big money. For the 1960 Jefferson nickel, there are a few key ones to look out for. 1960 DDRPM repunched mint mark. One of the most popular varieties is the repunched mint mark error. It occurs when the D was stamped twice, resulting in a noticeable shadow or doubling effect. Depending on the condition, this variety can be worth much more than a regular nickel. Full steps collectors pay a premium for coins with fully visible steps on Monticello. If your coin shows 5 or 6 distinct steps on the reverse, it can fetch a higher value, especially in higher grades like MS65 or above. Proof coins: while regular circulation coins were struck in large quantities, the Philadelphia Mint also produced a limited number of proof coins in 1960. These coins are struck with extra care and have a shiny mirror-like finish, making them highly collectible. The value of a 1960 Jefferson nickel largely depends on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 poor to 70 perfect. Here's a quick breakdown. Circulated condition: G4 to XF4 to DX40. These are your typical pocket change nickels. They usually range from $0.05 to $0.20 in value. Uncirculated MS60 to MS65 coins in mint condition with little to no wear can be worth around $1 to $5. High-grade examples: MS666 and above, these can be valued anywhere between $10 to $50 depending on their quality and whether they have the full steps designation. Rare varieties proofs coins with RPM errors or proof versions in pristine condition can go for much higher, even up to $100 or more at auctions. 1969 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American currency since it was first minted in 1938. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse or front side and a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse side. By 1969, this design had been in circulation for over 3 decades, remaining largely unchanged. However, it's worth noting that in 1969, the U.S. Mint was producing coins at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked by a D; and San Francisco, marked by an S. The coins from the San Francisco Mint were primarily proofs intended for collectors, while the Philadelphia and Denver Mints produced coins for general circulation. When it comes to the 1969 Jefferson nickel, there are 3 key varieties based on the mint location. The most common is the 1969 D, produced in Denver. The 1969S proof nickels are sought after by collectors due to their limited mintage and high-quality finish. The Philadelphia minted 1969 nickels with no mint mark are also found in circulation but are generally more common than the others. As with any coin, the condition or grade of the 1969 Jefferson nickel is crucial when determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better preserved coin. For circulated 1969 nickels, grades typically range from VG very good to XF extremely fine. Uncirculated coins can fall anywhere from MS60 to MS65 and above. Proof coins like those from San Francisco are usually graded as PR proof and come with a deep mirror-like finish. Key details that impact grading include sharpness of the strike, luster, and the presence of any scratches, nicks, or discoloration. Now, let's talk value. How much is your 1969 Jefferson nickel worth today? For circulated coins, most 1969 nickels are worth around 5 to 25 cents, basically face value unless they are in exceptional condition. However, if you have an uncirculated 1969D nickel, its value can range from $1 to $15 depending on its grade. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint can fetch even higher prices, with perfect PR70 examples selling for $20 or more. Be on the lookout for rare errors or varieties as well. Some 1969 nickels have known minting errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling. These error coins can bring in much higher prices from collectors. To sum it up, while the 1969 Jefferson nickel may not be the rarest coin out there, it's still a fascinating piece of American history. Whether you're looking for a valuable addition to your collection or just enjoy the thrill of the hunt, this coin offers plenty of opportunities for discovery. 1959 Jefferson nickel. The 1959 Jefferson nickel belongs to the long-running series featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. While the design remained relatively consistent from 1938 to 2003, coins from different years have unique characteristics that impact their value, and 1959 is no exception. 1959 was part of the post-war era where the U.S. Mint was focused on large-scale production. With both Philadelphia and Denver minting this year's nickel, millions of these coins were released into circulation. Let's explore how this history ties into the coin's value today. Now let's talk about mint marks. In 1959, there were two major minting locations, Philadelphia and Denver. You can easily identify where your coin was minted by looking for the mint mark on the reverse side to the right of Monticello. If there is no mint mark, your coin was produced in Philadelphia. If you see a D, it was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint produced over 160 million nickels in 1959, while the Philadelphia Mint produced nearly 28 million. While these numbers might seem high, the condition and any errors or varieties of these coins can have a big impact on their value. Speaking of which, let's look at some key errors to watch for. Error coins are a favorite among collectors because they add rarity and uniqueness. For the 1959 Jefferson nickel, some notable errors include double dia versus DDO, where the design appears slightly doubled, and off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned. These errors can significantly boost the value of your 1959 nickel. For example, a double die obverse in mint state condition can fetch a premium well above its regular value. So if you come across one of these coins, be sure to check closely for any of these unique characteristics. Now let's discuss grading and how it affects the coin's value. Grading refers to the condition of the coin, and it ranges from good G to mint state MS, with MS60 to MS67 being considered top quality coins. In circulated conditions, most 1959 Jefferson nickels are worth only face value or slightly above. However, in higher grades like MS65 or MS65 or MS66, their value can jump significantly. For example, an MS65 graded coin might be worth between $5 and $15, while an MS67 could be valued at over $100 depending on the market and demand. Keep in mind that grading can be subjective, so it's always a good idea to have your coin professionally graded by experts like PCGS or NGC if you believe it's in high condition. When collecting Jefferson nickels, it's important to store them properly. Use coin holders or albums that keep them protected from wear, tarnish, and environmental damage. Even small scratches or discoloration can reduce a coin's value. And don't forget to look for full steps on the reverse of the coin. This refers to the clarity of the steps leading up to Monticello. Full steps are a rare feature and can substantially increase the coin's worth. So there you have it, the complete rundown on the 1959 Jefferson nickel. Whether you're hunting for errors, looking to grade your coin, or just want to add this piece to your collection, understanding its history and value is key.